Have you ever felt like your own mind was holding you back from reaching your full potential in fitness and wellness? If so, you're not alone. In this episode, we're going to explore the power of mindset and uncover practical strategies to overcome the mental blocks that can sabotage our health and fitness journeys.
You're listening to the Pharmacy Podcast Network.
Hey there, sports pharmacy fans. It's your host, Dr. H, coming at you with another episode of the Sports Pharmacy Podcast. As a pharmacist, wellness expert, and certified sports nutritionist, I'm here to bring you the latest and greatest in the world of sports and wellness. Whether you're a diehard fan or an aspiring athlete, this is the place to be for all things health and performance related. So grab your favorite sports drink, kick back, and let's dive into some engaging discussion on how to optimize your well-being and athletic potential. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, join our Discord, and let's get on this journey together. Let's go.
Welcome to the Sports Pharmacy Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. H. Today, we're diving into a topic that's crucial for anyone looking to elevate their fitness and wellness journey: the power of mindset. Have you ever found yourself struggling to push through a tough workout or feeling like you've hit a wall in your health goals? If so, you are not alone. The mental game can be just as challenging as the physical one when it comes to achieving our fitness aspirations. But here's the good news: by harnessing the power of your mindset, you can overcome those mental blocks and unlock your full potential. During this episode, we'll explore practical strategies to reframe negative thoughts, build mental resilience, and maintain focus in the face of adversity. We will also go through two separate articles that I found online highlighting some of the main talking points. So let's get into it. Let's start by discussing the profound impact that mindset can have on our overall well being. Our thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes don't just influence our mood and motivation, they can also shape our physical capabilities and performance. Research has shown that athletes and fitness enthusiasts who cultivate a positive, growth oriented mindset tend to achieve better results than those who get bogged down by self doubt and negative self talk. When we approach these challenges with a mindset of determination and a willingness to learn, we're more likely to push through obstacles and reach new heights. As you're listening to this, you're probably asking, hey, Dr. H, how do we overcome some of these mental blocks? So let's get into some of the most common mental barriers that people face in their fitness and wellness journeys. Things like fear of failure, lack of confidence, and feelings of burnout can all create roadblocks to our progress. One key strategy for breaking through these mental blocks is to reframe how we view setbacks and challenges. Instead of seeing them as failures, we can start to view them as opportunities for growth and learning. By adopting a mindset of continuous improvement, we can stay motivated and resilient even when the going gets tough. Another important tactic is to cultivate a strong support system. Surrounding ourselves with like minded individuals who can offer encouragement, accountability, and new perspectives can be a game changer. It's crucial to remember that we do not have to go at it alone. Tapping into the power of community can be a powerful tool for overcoming mental barriers. Now that we have explored the importance of mindset and identified some common mental roadblocks, let's dive into some practical, actionable tips that you can start implementing today. One key strategy is to practice visualization and mental rehearsal by vividly imagining yourself successfully completing a workout or achieving a fitness goal. You can program your brain to believe that it's possible. This can help boost your confidence and resilience when faced with challenges. It is also essential to develop a growth mindset by embracing failures and setbacks as learning opportunities. I saw this very often when it came to starting a business. Not every idea that I stuck out there tended to work well for our pharmacy. It wasn't until that we found our niche and dove headfirst into it that we were able to take our pharmacy to the next level. Instead of beating myself up over mistakes, I try to approach them with curiosity and a willingness to adapt and improve. That shift in perspective can be incredibly empowering. Finally, don't underestimate the power of gratitude and positive self talk. You will find yourself thinking that you are a crazy person by the way you hype yourself up. I do this often. Before I even recorded this podcast, I went into a mirror in the bathroom and just told myself, you're going to do great. You're going to accomplish all these big things and you're going to be able to help people while, as they listen to this. This is just for using my voice. It's not even an actual video, but I still had to have myself up for it. And I had to actively focus on the progress that I've already made and any small wins that I have achieved. Also, it is very important that you focus on the strengths that you possess and you can cultivate a more optimistic outlook that fuels your continued success. Now, to further explore the intersection of mindset and athletic success, I found a very fascinating article written by Dr. Emily Jones titled The Psychology of Athletic Performance: How Mindset Shapes Success. The article delves into psychological principles that underpin athletic achievements and offer valuable insights that we can apply into our own fitness and wellness journeys. Let's unpack some of the takeaways. Number one that I saw: the power of positive thinking. Dr. Jones highlights the profound impact of positive thinking on athletic performance. She emphasized that maintaining an optimistic and confident mindset can be game changers for athletes, influencing their overall performance and success on the field. Number two, visualization techniques. In her article, Dr. Jones discusses the significance of visualization techniques in sports psychology. She explained how athletes can use mental rehearsal and visualization exercises to prepare themselves mentally, build confidence, and enhance their readiness for competition. Number three, resilience and mental toughness. She provides valuable insights into the development of resilience and mental toughness. She offers practical strategies for athletes to bounce back from setbacks, injuries, and performance slumps, emphasizing the importance of staying focused and maintaining a strong mindset. Number four, managing performance anxiety. According to Dr. Jones, managing performance anxiety is a crucial aspect of athletic psychology. She goes into effective ways of athletes to handle pressure, stay composed in high stakes situations, and navigate mental challenges that come with competitive sports. This was hard for me as a former soccer athlete. I always hated taking penalty kicks. I felt like the world was just too much pressure. And it wasn't until I actually had one coach tell me, H, you got to get out there and you're going to take this kick for us for the win. Now, I still missed, but I still learned a valuable lesson that the people that are around you will continue to believe in you as long as you believe in yourself. So that's why it comes to number five, goal setting and motivation. She sheds light on the psychological principle behind goal setting and motivation in sports. She also discussed the significance of setting meaningful, attainable goals and sustaining motivation throughout an athlete's journey, providing valuable guidance for staying driven and focused. If you're in your 40s and you've been overweight your entire life, and you decide that you want to be on the cover of the swimsuit edition of Sports Illustrated, I don't even know if they still do that or not, that is not a very attainable goal. Goal one should be, hey, can I fit in the size below pants? That's more of an attainable goal. Number six, self-talk and confidence building. Dr. Joan underscores the impact of self-talk and confidence on athletic performance. She outlines the importance of cultivating a positive internal monologue, nurturing unwavering confidence, and harnessing the power of self-belief to enhance an athlete's mindset. This is great, mostly because I find myself having an inner monologue all the time. But at some point, you got to realize that, hey, you control that inner monologue. I can decide how it should react to things and how it should feel. So to build confidence, I decided, hey, I should start talking to myself and hype myself up a little bit more in my own head. And that took it to the next level. Number seven, the influence of coaching and support. This is amazing. Dr. Joan explores the influence of coaching and support systems on athletes' mindset. She emphasized the pivotal role that coaches, mentors, and a positive support network in shaping athletes' mental environment, fostering a conducive atmosphere for mental growth and performance enhancement. Now, I touched on this a little bit before when I was talking about my penalty kick situation that I still myth that my coach still believed in me. And even though I missed that kick, to this day, 20 years later, I still remember that situation and how much they believed in me. Now, when we're looking at athletes and trying to understand how they are able to handle their emotions and things of that sort, one of the most important things to me, and one of my favorite subjects, is emotional intelligence. So I recently read an article by David Rodriguez called Emotional Intelligence and Athlete Development. And I came up with 8 key points that I'd like to take away from this article. Number one, let's talk about the actual emotional intelligence in athletes. Into the world of athlete development and the critical role of emotional intelligence is shaping their success. EI isn't just a physical skill, it's about understanding and managing emotions effectively. It's fascinating to see how emotional intelligence impacts an athlete's performance, motivation, and overall well being. Now, in a previous episode, I discussed a favorite player of mine for Bayern Munich in Germany. His name is Leroy Sané. He had recently just moved from he recently moved from Manchester, playing for Manchester City, and moved to Munich. And he didn't bring his then girlfriend and kids with him. He was there alone. It was during COVID, so it was very difficult to travel through Europe. Anyway, Leroy's performance suffered on the pitch. He was a huge acquisition for Bayern. They spent a lot of money into him. The fans knew this, everybody knew this, and he really wasn't performing up to where he should have been. And so the fans started to, they were not getting behind him. And it wasn't until that he approached a sports psychologist that he started to really understand what was missing. And that took him to the next level. And he has been unstoppable in the Bundesliga. That's a really cool thing that we can see. Now, there are 2 types of emotional intelligence: trait versus information processing. Understanding emotional intelligence involves differentiating between trait emotional intelligence and information processing emotional intelligence. Trait EI is about personality traits, while information processing focuses on how an individual perceive and use emotion. Let's discuss how each aspect contributes to an athlete's overall success on and off the field. First, we got to talk about how we measure EI, or emotional intelligence. Measuring EI in athletes involve various tools such as what they call the Emotional Intelligence Test, MSCEIT, Bar on Emotional Quotient Inventory, and Trait Meta Mood Scale, TMMS 24. These assessments provide valuable insights to an athlete's emotional intelligence and how it impacts their approach to sports and competition. Point 4, gender differences. Research findings have shed light on gender differences in emotional intelligence among athletes and how it impacts their performance. Easy. How it affects women is going to be different how it affects the men. Pretty simple. What about relationships with health and performance? Now, emotional intelligence isn't just about sports. It's about overall health and performance. What kind of correlations do you see between EI and general health? And how does it all tie back to athletes' performance in their respective sports? This article goes into it. It's really interesting. Number 6, training and development. Can emotional intelligence be enhanced through training and development programs tailored for athletes? Absolutely. A lot of times when an athlete, you have to teach an athlete how they should react to certain situations, because if emotions are high, logic is low. When an athlete is out there fighting for their life and playing their sport, a lot of times their emotions are too high, resulting in a poor logic decision making process. And so it really hinders their actual performance on the field. Point 7 brings up cultural influences. The influence of culture on perceived emotional intelligence and its impact on athletes is a fascinating area to explore. Every culture is going to react to every different situation in a separate way. And it's so diverse in sports, especially with the Euros coming up and the World Cup. You can see a difference between the type of athletes that come from Africa, they come from the Americas, from Europe, from Asia, all across the world. Everyone has a different way that they attract their own talent for sports. And to see those cultural influences is so cool to see. Point 8, emotional intelligence coaching. Coaches play a pivotal role in supporting the emotional intelligence development of their athletes. How they're able to create a positive and supportive emotional climate within their teams, ultimately contributing to the overall success of their athletes. As we wrap up this discussion on the power of mindset, I hope you've gained some valuable insights and tools to help you overcome the mental blocks that may be holding you back in your fitness and wellness journey. Remember, the key is to approach your goals with a mindset of resilience, determination, and self compassion. By shifting your perspective and embracing the mental side of the equation, you'll unlock the door to a greater physical and emotional well being. So let's go and put these strategies into practice. Embrace the ups and downs, celebrate the small victories, and never lose sight of the incredible potential that lies within. Together, let's redefine what's possible and elevate our fitness and wellness to new heights. Thank you for joining me on this empowering episode of the Sports Pharmacy Podcast. Until next time, stay well, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you next time.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed the podcast, consider giving us a 5-star review anywhere that you get your episodes. Follow us at Sports Pharmacy Pod, as well as me, your host, at Dr. Mix-a-Lot. Join our Discord server for more interactions with me and fellow listeners. As always, stay well, stay hydrated, and I will catch you next time.